between this or this. Do this for a second. I'm gonna go back and really clean this up and slick it. I'm gonna be using the Eco Gel. This is not my favorite gel because it makes my head incredibly itchy. However, it's the only gel that I have. I did buy a wax stick, but I don't feel like it does the job. If anybody has recommendations on a better gel, please let me know. I try to use it as minimally as possible. However, I feel like it's hard to keep my hair slicked, at least in this climate that I live in. I have to use enough that it's gonna stay. If I'm going to do a slick back look, I might as well use enough gel to actually achieve that slick back. I feel like this is where it matters the most, but I'm actually gonna do my baby hairs today, which is rare for me. That will take care of that frizziness that's framing my head. It's hard for me to get my hair to actually slick all the way back. I don't know why that is. I feel like everybody else makes it look so easy. I feel like it could be tighter, but I get headaches. My comfort will always come before an aesthetic. Do I leave it as is or do I make it into of a bun? This is today's dressed hairstyle. I don't think I did half bad. Another day, another hairstyle. I actually put too much product in my hair. It was too heavy-handed, which usually have the opposite problem where I don't put enough. 'Tis a rainy day here in the English countryside. It's not the English countryside, it's the Pacific Northwest. Might be a good thing that I was heavy-handed on the product, but what I don't love is then my curls kind of clump up into these ringlets, and I actually don't prefer them in ringlet form. I'm gonna try to just separate them because it reminds me of a hairstyle that European men wore in like the French Revolution era. And that's not what I'm trying to give. I'm going for a cool half up, half down look. I have this really cute butterfly claw clip. These hairstyles are sometimes a challenge for me, the half up, half down, because once again, sometimes I feel like I end up looking like a French man. Not a today French man, that would be kind of hot, but like back in the Baroque period. I put an elastic in my hair. I just feel like when there's an elastic under the claw clip, it can make it a little sleeker. Do I always do that? No. It just depends. And even still, you can see it's not like so sleek and tight. It is tight, but it's not like giving me a facelift status tight. And that's mostly just because I hate the sensation of my hair being pulled back that tight. So I typically don't do it. Here's the situation so far from the side and back. I'm gonna go ahead and just twist this loosely, flip my claw clip in. And I really think that's it. This is the look. Another day, another hairstyle. I actually feel like my curls came out perfect today. Yesterday I had too much product in there. When I showered this morning, I didn't shampoo my hair, but I rinsed it really well and like multiple times. And now it's just like perfect. I almost don't even want to do a hairstyle to it, but for the sake of this video, we shall. My hair is really fine. So even though it's thick, the individual strands of hair are really fine. So if you have have a hair texture similar to mine, I have found that less product is more. Just go really light-handed with the product. Also, let's talk about this necklace. I actually made this necklace and I have them available for sale, so I will go ahead and link them down below. The chain has tarnished a little bit, not the charms, as you can see. Just a heads up if you do order one, but I kind of like the tarnished look because it kind of makes it look more vintage or antique, and the price reflects that, you know. It's not the price of real gold because it's not real gold, and they are handmade by Moa. Let's get into the hairstyle. There is multiple versions of this hairstyle that I'm gonna do. This is one that I actually used to wear. If you were around a couple of years ago, I often had a version of this hairstyle on, and then I just kind of stopped. I'm just gonna take a little section of my hair. I am gonna leave a little bit of face framing bangs, but that is optional. Just taking a tiny elastic. I thought about measuring it out perfectly. I don't know, that doesn't feel authentic to me, at least for this hairstyle, but you're welcome to if that feels more authentic to you. When I do my daughter's hair, I really balance everything out perfectly, but she also has a different curl pattern than me. I'm gonna do the other side. I do have what's called a widow's peak, and I think that's why I prefer to have my bangs in front in some of these styles instead of just pulled back. The noisy is happening outside of my unit. You honestly could leave it as it is. Like, this is a really cute hairstyle in itself. In fact, it's so cute that I'm gonna consider this one of the hairstyles in the video. I'm gonna go ahead and do an extra step, and I'm going to braid these little pieces. I am doing a quick, maybe even messy braid because I don't know, that just is a better reflection of my life. You could do a twist, you could do a really precise braid. You could add another elastic at the end. I'm going for more of like a carefree, beachy boho kind of style, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. You just do the same thing on the other side. And that's the look. I'm really enjoying filming my hair videos in this area. I wish I would have started here in the first place because I think it's a really cute, I don't know, just like the lighting is good, the background is simple. I have a table with all of my hair supplies. It just doesn't feel chaotic at all. Today's hairstyle is kind of a variation on yesterday's. So I'm starting with fairly wet, I guess damp hair, mostly because my hair takes forever to dry. I don't use a hair dryer too often. 90% of the time I let it air dry, so I'm just gonna do it with my hair like this. Also, as a side note, I've been obsessed with like a little bit of winged eyeliner lately. I feel so back and forth about this because on one hand, when I think of the ideal version of the girl that I want to be, like who I envision myself in my very, very best timeline, I don't wear makeup. I just wake up and look good. But the reality of that is I feel very, especially for filming, I would say even more for filming than just in real life, I just don't feel as confident without it. And I've battled in my head about this a lot, but something about winged eyeliner just makes me feel like that girl. Like I just feel hot when I have winged eyeliner on. And I did see a TikTok about, or maybe it was a reel, the spiritual meaning behind makeup, and it had a picture of like old Egyptian queens putting on their liner. I didn't watch the whole video, but I need to revisit it because maybe, just maybe, I'm onto something with the eyeliner here. I want to get a little closer, but I need you guys to know that I'm wearing a shirt. That is the dangers of filming YouTube in a strapless top. This is today's hairstyle that I'm gonna try and recreate. So it's similar to yesterday's, but instead of braids, we're just doing bubble braids, I usually call them. I'm gonna use colorful hair ties because life is short. I'm not going in any particular order with the colors. You can if you want. My personality is too type B for that, but I am gonna just make sure that no two colors are directly next to each other. And if you've never done bubble braids before, you don't want it to be like super tight between the next one. You do want to leave just a little bit of space because that will puff up and create the bubble. So you can kind of pull it and create that bubble. This is feeling very 60s to me. Probably more 90s Y2K. There's probably not a lot of historical evidence for this to be like a 60s hairstyle, but a lot of 90s and Y2K stuff actually is inspired. Late 90s, I should be specific, and early 2000s fashions and styles were inspired by like the late 60s, early 70s. I've also been watching a lot of old Lana Del Rey music videos. I watched Priscilla today, just things that are very 1960s themed, so that might be why that's on my mind. I really want to watch, I watched it when I was younger, the Woodstock documentary, and I want to watch it again for outfit inspo and like hair inspo and stuff. I'm just so tired of getting my inspiration off like TikTok or Instagram. I cannot. It's killing all my creative juices and flow, so I need to go elsewhere for inspiration, and not even just like style inspiration, but inspiration for how I make my YouTube, how I make my Instagram posts and stuff. I don't want to feel burnt out. I want to be genuinely inspired. Somehow the bottom of my hair got a little bit tangled. For the sake of my battery, I'm gonna do the other side off camera and then I'll show you how it looks. I feel like this hair came out so cute. I'm so happy with how this hairstyle turned out. It was pretty easy too, and I just think it's a lot of fun. I would definitely wear this to parties or social events, maybe a date. I'm obsessed. I've been having really good hair days, which is probably a good thing considering I am filming a hair video. This hairstyle actually came from an Instagram reel instead of from Pinterest, which means that I don't really have a good inspiration photo for you. I'll try to link it down below. What really sold me on this hairstyle is she said it was easy. She said that it takes like 2 minutes, and that's my kind of hairstyle. I'm not the type of person who loves to spend tons of time on hair or makeup, but I still want to look cute. In the tutorial, she uses a gel, but I've told you before how I feel about my Eco Gel, and my hair just feels so good today that I don't want to go and put... I did put some like Shea Moisture cream after I got out of the shower. My hair feels so good today that I don't want to go and ruin that by putting hair gel in my hair. I got hair that doesn't belong. Did she tighten it first? No. Oh my god. I wasn't supposed to tighten this until I did this little twisty trick. See how my hair is going through? I'm actually taking my hair and having it pass through that little loop that I made. It makes something like this, and then you pull it tight. I guess I should have twisted this first. I'll do it on the other side. I missed out on this on the first side, but she actually twists this hair so that way it's a little bit smoother before applying the hair tie. And then you make the little hole. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a lot easier to pass through with it having been twisted, and I just wet it a little bit better too. And then pull through and then pull tight. And she literally sprayed her whole hair down again to dampen it. I washed my hair today, so I don't think that I need to do that. I think that's more if it's been a couple days since you washed your hair. You can see the difference between the side that I twisted and the side that I didn't. I love how easy that was. I think it took less than 2 minutes.